Facebook. Nah, good.
Right.
I just started live streaming on Twitch this past week, to a regular schedule, and I just took for granted how amazing of a platform Twitch is for live streaming. And YouTube and Facebook all have a lot to learn and a lot to catch up to. So
YouTube is better than Facebook at the very least.
yes, significantly. I do these campaigns on YouTube just because of the synergy of live streaming on YouTube and then, the videos living on the YouTube channel forever. It just kind of makes my life a little bit easier. But without further ado, let us jump into this. Oh, I should play some music. Let's see. It's a pretty good theme for you guys. I kind of like this battle music, even though that's kind of a little bit too intense for the start of a session. We'll go with this.
Depends on what we're doing at the start of the session, I guess.
Yeah, pounding down the office door of a mage who can see the future. So, welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is the Gladiators, episode 16, Saga 1 of their campaign. We are playing Dungeons and Dragons today, and everything you're going to see is going to be live storytelling. It is a role-playing game where anything can happen, and a lot of different directions can result in very fun shenanigans. I don't think I have to say my name. I was about to just I'm Presby Kennedy. I was completely in YouTube video recording format. Anyways, there's no script for tonight, so if you notice that, that's kind of one of the things that's going on. If you're under the age of 14 and you're watching this, please stop and go talk to your parents because it's not appropriate for you. If you're talking in the YouTube live feed, I don't read that while I'm DMing. I would like to read and interact with you, so jump into the Discord, and that's actually going to make both of our lives easier. In the link of this video, there's a link to the Discord, and even after the video, if you're watching this as it's been recorded, you can come in and join the Discord and hang out and chit-chat with us. And finally, if you're unfamiliar with the campaign setting, we got a whole wiki and a whole website about it. You can Google search Ilderon Tales or go to www.ilderontales.com and you can read more about the setting. It is a very cool setting. From there, let's jump into Le Recap Aroni. I'll try and do this.
Wait, we have a script? When
no,
the hell
there
did
is
that
no
happen?
script. We have a website.
That was...
Oh, okay, yeah, it's a joke. You're not supposed to tell anybody about the script. I just messaged you guys, okay? You just leave it on the lowdown.
Crap.
Guys, I lost my script. Sorry.
God damn it, Dak.
Alright.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I would have had 3 touchdowns if not for Dak Prescott and his annoying I want to do it myself nonsense.
Alright, now hush up with your foosball. I don't want to hear none of that.
Yeah, we don't play sports here. We only play gladiatorial sports. Alright, recap. Last session started on the 30th of Noble. The party had just arrived into the port of Jiachrofros, which is an island just off the southern coast of Ililnagai in the Inner Sea. They are here to compete in the next set of the Feyfelin Arena arenas, and upon stepping into the town, as they went looking for lodging, I might not be doing all of this in order. I'm doing it as my mind remembers it. They started to discover that the first thing they discovered is that Jiachrofros as a port is governed by the Nazram Alliance, which is a international peacekeeping organization. The second thing that they discovered is that Nazram is currently depending on a mage that has the ability to divine into the future. With that, the people running the port are able to stop crimes before they happen, and lots of people are being taken off of the streets with evidence then being presented of the apparent crimes that they were going to commit. The party went looking around for a couple inns, and real quick, I'm going to give you guys some new names for your. I'm going to give you guys some new names for these inns. I was looking at a different document when I gave you guys those names. So those are actual names of places from different cities. So the inn that you guys found near the docks, that is not the Harrier. That is the Shining Lad Tavern. The place I gave you was actually a place inside of Beechwood Retreat. The next place that you guys are at, the Cheerful Sword, is not the Cheerful Sword. It is the Resting Blade Tavern. And that was the place on the northern part of the city that you guys went to. So with those notes edited and properly corrected, the party went to the first inn and found that some guards were waiting there to arrest somebody of a crime that they were told was going to happen here. Opting not to get involved with the danger, the party went to a different inn on the northern side of town, which was the Resting Blade. And from in there, they were able to find a place to stay for the night. The woman in the tavern keep in charge of that tavern informed everybody that Jiachrofros has a policy. Weapons are not allowed to be brandished inside the city walls. From there, the party decided to unequip their weapons. Well, not decided to, were forced to unequip their weapons and carry them. They went up to their room for the night and got some sleep. Regus, however, went out to find some entertainment for the night. After talking to some guards, he was pointed to the Initiate's Port. From the Initiate's Port, he found a spell component shop and a woman in there selling medicinal enhancements. And he had a little bit of fun for the night, presumably. Waking up on the 31st of Noble, the party got up and decided to get everything ready to go compete in the arena. From there, they had to pause because they found Regus sleeping outside on the street in the park underneath the tree. Regus was surprised to find himself there as he didn't remember what had happened during the night. The party was discussing the things that they learned, and Regus found out that he could not actually bring himself to say negative things about the precognitive mage. And with that, the party began inspecting him. After a heavy inspection and physical, one person noticed there was fungus growing under Regus's skin. With that, they believe Regus has been magically affected with something. They decided to split up. Tayden went to enter the party into the arena. The arena fight is on the coming day, on the 32nd, and the rest of the party decided to investigate what had happened to Regus. And I believe the first decision was to go and try and find the shop. With that, let's jump into the session. All right, it is the morning of the 31st. You are in the port city of Jiachrofros. The party is on the northwestern part of Wetridge Road. From you guys are looking out across the park in the middle of the city. From there, you guys can go in any direction. Give me one last second. Regus knows he was wandering around the alleys of Initiate's Port when he ran into the spell component shop. You guys are about right there. What would you like to do?
I'm going to chime in with Brewbark saying that we need to tread carefully if there's a person that's going to be controlling outcomes and has the military might to enforce it, we probably want to be careful. Let's maybe find out who may not be affected and who we can rely on to turn to before we start shaking things up.
Well, I have no plans to shake any things up aside from getting rid of this brain fungus, whatever thing.
Has Teeden already gone and got us a spot in the arena?
She left at the end of last session. Yeah, I would say she's a good ways down the road, heading towards the arena.
Okay. And what was the reason for not having the fights might not be happening?
There is outside pressure. Local merchants want to move the arena to a nearby city called Seagro.
Okay.
I definitely want to find out more about the city.
I can't.
So where do you think the best place for that would be?
If you want to learn about the city, the trade district is always nice. Easy to bump shoulders, rub elbows, bump elbows. That's the term. With people.
Rub elbows.
Oh, rub elbows. we'll bump elbows and rub shoulders.
If you're looking to
Brandon,
bump
I was
uglies.
more talking to the party though.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
What did you say? You were super quiet for me.
I want to find out more about the city. So I was wondering if someone wanted to go with me to see if we can find the history behind the city. Maybe there's something there we can discover.
XV will tag along.
I'll walk with you, but I think we need to take care of this fungus problem first.
Maybe we could find some information in the trade district from that part too. There's going to be shops everywhere. We could go to someone who's experienced with fungal stuff.
Fun guy.
Well, this guy with a fungi is not a fun guy.
Oh, the puns.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah, how in this area, how do people look at me for me being a goblin?
So the inner sea's kind of like a mixing pot of like lots of different cultures. For the most part, like people aren't stopping. It's like, oh my god, it's a goblin. Like for the most part, you might draw like an extra glance, and then somebody just keeps like walking.
Okay.
Nazram itself is like an international organization, so people from all different nations and stuff come and like work here. So it's kind of like, if anything, Jiachrofros would almost be
it's
kind of
an
like
open
Ellis
area
Island.
where
Yeah.
everyone's welcome. Okay. So, do you think finding more about this place or the fungal problem takes higher precedence?
I think if we go fix the fungal problem, then you'll probably discover some things about the place. But, who knows,
Thing is,
maybe.
we need to find out who talked about this fungal problem.
Yeah, and I think you'll learn some things in the process. But, I would rather not have one of our company not able to fight in the arena or something like that because his brain is being taken over by a fungus. So, priorities, man.
Would it be good if he stayed back so he doesn't infect other people if it's infectious?
I have no idea. From the sound of things, he had to trade fluids or get under somebody's influence in order to catch it the first time. So
That could just be how it starts. It could spread different ways.
maybe. Honestly, I'm probably not really that vulnerable to it compared to the rest of you.
Fleshy meat sacks.
Maybe
Wow.
we can seek someone with medical advice first. I think that's a good option.
Yeah, that's
Probably
kind of
need-
where I was going with that.
We probably need to speak to an alchemist or a botanist of some kind.
You could probably find that in the merchant district.
Why not just the doctor?
Yeah, let's start with the doctor, I guess. I don't know. As one of my former sergeants used to say, you need to find a meatbag specialist to figure out your meatbag things. But
In the orphanage, a couple other kids had some junk growing between their toes. Went to the doctor to get something for it. I don't see why it wouldn't be the same here.
So I start heading back. I head down to the innkeeper that we're currently at. And I ask if
You guys are not at an innkeeper. You are
Oh.
in the park, outside, or just south of Wetchard's Road.
Oh, okay.
let's just go into the trade district, walk the main road. It's not that big of a place. And there's probably somebody's going to have their shingle up with the, doctoring symbol on it or something. It should not be that complicated.
Right.
I mean, if
Yes.
nothing else, you're talking about someone that wants to be able to be found even when the person looking for them is in lots of pain or, missing parts or otherwise highly distracted. So they should be making it easy is my guess.
And easily accessible, I guess.
Sure.
Alright, well, daylight's burning. I can walk down with you.
Okay. I guess we could we'll continue talking as we walk then.
Okay.
As we're saying all that.
And walking into the trade district, looking for a doctor in this merchant square. You guys are going to, or rather, in the market square, as far as like booths go and like traveling physicians and stuff. You guys are going to see somebody with a stall set up. He is selling runes that promise good health, fortitude, and luck. There is let's see. As far as places that openly look like a physician's practice, you do see what could be a healing house. Almost like a place of triage a little down the ways. Probably
Wait a minute.
specializing in like the materials for such rather than, strictly being like a doctor's office.
Wait a minute, isn't Eden a doctor?
She's a cleric.
Eden is a cleric. She's a priest of the Spoken Wills.
We also already tried to get her to take a look at it. She said she wasn't something like that.
As long as she doesn't know, if she knows lesser restoration, that's probably what we need.
Maybe, or at least we could maybe go for try to find a temple of something that would have a healer on around.
That's not a bad idea. Just for the record, I do also have Healing Word and Healing Spirit. I don't know if that would actually help that much.
He's not missing HP. He's just got a fungal
That's
STD.
kind of what I figured. That's kind of what I figured. His nose got an STD.
Sexually transmitted demon.
I mean, either way. So we've just got like a snake oil salesman, and then there's. Can I just ask people, hey, where's it? Do y'all have a doctor in town? An actual doctor?
Oof. At that, yeah. If you ask somebody, they're going to point you. They're going to point you up the road and say, "Oh, Jachinor, he practices. Yeah, he
Okay,
definitely helped my son out with some warts a
perfect.
couple weeks ago."
If you can deal with warts, you can deal with nose fungus. Let's go find that guy.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we go to the kindly doctor.
And as we're walking through the trade district, I looked and see if there's anyone selling alcohol of some sorts to keep in mind.
Okay.
I also want to keep an eye out while we're walking through the trade district about maybe any disgruntled merchants that probably belong to the group of merchants that want to move cities.
Okay, Tumbutu and XV, roll me a perception check. And I want some more action-packed music, because this isn't doing it for me. I know, right? Or I guess we can go with this. That's more appropriate, I guess. What does both of these together do? Alright, anyways, let's see. We got a perception check from Tumbutu and a 7 from XV. Okay, Tumbutu. As you are looking out for people selling alcohol here, I mean, there are a couple people, but like you see like just stock barrels of of like ale and stuff here. That's just nothing. I guess like nothing super interesting to Tumbutu, but just like things that people have brought straight from the docks to try and sell off here. All in all, I would say nothing really catches Tumbutu's eyes as far as like specialty alcohol, but yeah, there are people selling. As far as XV is concerned, XV, you start looking around and a sea fly just buzzes right around, gets in your face, you swat at it away, and it's like, come on. You don't really see much.
I figured.
Is something you good there? Something in your eye?
Just hear a clap as I managed to get it with both hands at the end.
The Sayatama clap. Just...
See, I don't have to worry about those. As a goblin, I have natural dust protection skin stuff.
Alright.
Bugs do not like to irritate me.
Heading to this physician, as you guys step into this place, he is on the north part of town, the southern part of Wetcherd Road. You guys are going to see that his shop is decorated with all of those runestones that you saw. All of those runestones that you saw when you were in the market square, just passing by that stand, just kind of like hanging from strings or ropes, from the ceiling. One's good favor, good health, quick recovery, of things you'd almost expect to be, well wishes. Stepping through here, let's see, it's a pretty small, cramped space. And how many beds will, or how many spots will he have open? I'd say he's got he's got like probably 2 beds just like in this open lobby area in, 2 small rooms. You hear them in the back room. Another person is like fretting, going, and it's like, yep, looks like we're gonna have to cut that off. Won't be needing that anymore. Hope you can get by with just 3 fingers, right? All right, let's just hold still and we'll be quick about this. After a few moments, whoever was probably passed out is going to step from the back, a little bit of blood on his hands, wiping him off into a white cloth. He's going to say, who's there? You guys look down and see a pretty thin dwarf looking up at you. He looks at all of you and says, alright, what brings you to Jachinors? First aid, triage, any of the
Fungus.
Ah.
By the way, this is in his head, so, I mean, physically in his head. So, amputation is not an option, just so we're clear.
He's going to gesture for you guys to step forward. He'll toss the cloth back into the room and say, which one of you is it?
Sees points.
Also points.
Also point.
XV also points.
Does Regus step forward?
Yes.
No, apparently.
Okay.
So I was eating, had my mic muted.
All good. Alright, as you step forward, you look eye to eye with this dwarf. Oh, no, he's probably just a little bit taller than you. Dwarves have like a foot on halflings, barely.
Okay, this time.
Alright, he's gonna... say that again, Wesley?
No, so speaking of halflings.
He's going to gesture you forward into the empty room. At which case, he's going to say, alright, drop throw.
Brewbark's gonna chime in and ask to
Oh wait, it's in his head.
be in there as well. And I'm going to point out the fungal bit that's in his nose.
Alright.
You just explained to him how he got it too.
I don't think that's completely relevant.
It's kind of relevant,
It's very
but
relevant.
I also wonder, he also doesn't remember entirely. And,
I remember everything up until I fell asleep. Thank you.
right. And how naked were you before you fell asleep?
100%.
Okay. Was there any face riding involved? I hear that's a thing with that.
No. But she was screaming in joy.
Would she corroborate that if asked?
Yeah, that's an inside check if I've ever heard it.
That's
Zeke's gonna chime in and say, well, that's the other thing, Doc. He can't remember most anything from last night, and he can't speak poorly of like the administration or the government around here. And he's got fungus in his nose.
he's gonna say, I don't know if all of those are related, but just like picking up Regus's like head and tilting it back. Looking in there, he'll say, need to get something. You know what? I got just the thing. He's going to step back in, holding a stone. He casts a cantrip on it. The stone begins to emit light. at which he holds it closer to Regus, tilting his head back. He'll do a medicine check. At which point, he'll say, it looks like a little something got under the skin there. Pretty hard to get rid of at this point. He'll think for a moment and say, well, we can burn it away, or we can try and poison it away.
XP likes the idea of burning it, but she doesn't know how to voice it because she doesn't like using her voice.
So, I'm going to assume that I know, the basics about fungus, right? Like how it has a root network and stuff. And I'm going to say, burning, like, that's... How would you burn out, like, head fungus?
Yeah. I'll get him a little bit of silver nitrate. Apply a little bit of it to the skin. Pretty much kills everything there. Kills the fungus, and as long as you're precise with it, doesn't kill your friend.
Rhubarb is going to kind of try and make eye contact
Press the
with
X
any of the
button.
guys and try and be like, maybe not, with his eyes, not saying it out loud.
Hit me with that one more time, Eric. You're quiet for me, so I'm going to turn you up. I didn't catch the first half of that statement.
Rhubarb is going to try and lock eyes with the party members that are there and try and relay the message. This may not be a good idea with just his eyes.
Well, you know what it is, Doc?
Let's see. He'll roll a check on it, and he'll say, not quite, but I don't know if your friend was playing in the water or doing something. Maybe it might be some algae or bacteria or something that got in there.
No, apparently he had fun. He had fun with somebody over at the barracks. And that's next morning. He's out. He just wakes. He's in the middle of the park, near where we're staying. Doesn't remember much of anything, how we got there, or what have you. And looks like his mind's been altered. So somebody over there slipped him something, I guess.
You must know something about Doc.
He's gonna say, alright. He's gonna pull out a small book, and he's gonna start reading from it for a moment. This is the one. He brings in a small box, and he is going to pull out a couple leaves, crumple them in his hands, and begin casting a spell. And there is one last thing I, as a person, need to look at. Because I need to see what this counts as. And haha. All right. Let's see. He is As he inspects with this plague, as he inspects with this spell, he's going to say, looks like your friend had a run-in with, it is something magical, and it does seem to be spreading. And it's got the traces of necromancy on it.
Well, that's not good.
Well, can you get rid of it, or do you know someone who can?
He'll put the leaves down back into the box and say, I can try something that will get rid of it, but it's going to cost you.
How much?
1,000 gold for the components, and 100 for the service.
Can I make an insight check onto that?
Go for it.
So while he's making these, I'm going to ask 1,000. What kind of components do you need?
He's going to say, I get supplies from down in the district, which lets me cast some more powerful magic that's normally outside of my reach. And so, restoration of the highest degree. For Seas and Tumbutu, I mean...
Totally reasonable.
Yeah, sometimes
I hope we have the
magic
cash.
just be like that.
Let's see. I don't really have insight, but I'll roll it anyway. Wait a minute. Okay.
Well, Regis, how much money do you have?
How much again?
Should be.
1,100 gold. He is going to attempt to cast Greater Restoration on you. It's got a casting price of 1,000 gold. And then 100 gold for his service. Wait. My bad. It's 100 gold. So it'll be 200 gold. It'll be 200 gold.
Okay.
I was going to say, like, goddamn.
My bad.
If we have to pay this, we're getting it out of your hide.
I will never financially recover from this.
What were you reading, Brandon?
I didn't read the price of the spell. I was reading what it could cure, and I was like, okay, cool. And my mind was just like, oh yeah, Greater Restoration, 1,000 gold.
So if your coin purse had a butthole, it just clenched and then relaxed.
After the doc said 1,000, like, you're pulling his leg, right?
So how much for that amputation?
Who needs to know?
Do you have enough to be able to cover it yourself, Osh, or do you need help with that?
I have 200. Though I'll need to earn a bit more.
I toss him 50.
Well, you just said 200 is enough.
Yeah, he's gonna say
You just won't be able to talk to the ladies of the night anymore.
He means that he has 200. Just then he's going to be low on money. So
yeah, no, I'm giving him 50 as like a borrow.
The good
So he
news
doesn't have
is,
nothing.
once he gets rid of the fungus, if that's even vaguely uncomfortable, then at least he doesn't have money to go chasing tail for a while, which is probably for the best, at least around here.
Right?
There is no tail
in
to
other
chase
areas.
around here.
Well, you managed to find some tail, and it came with some fungus, and that's some pretty expensive booty.
If Regis is struggling to let go of the gold, he's instead going to, from the box, produce a vial of acid and say, if you put a little bit of this in a swab and...
hang on. I never said Regis wasn't willing to get out the gold, okay? It kind of got into a sidetracked conversation about lending other money and chasing chicks, okay?
Yeah, but the doctor is privy to all of this. Like, he's sitting there watching you guys. He doesn't just freeze in time.
Yeah, no, but Regis pulls out his coin pouch and empties 200 gold onto the table in front of the dwarf.
Alright. In which case, he's going to shuffle through the spots. He'll pull out a scroll and say, alright, hold still.
If able, we should try and save the fungi, and I'll hold on to it after. He
puts his hand on Regis's head, and he begins reading the scroll with the other hand. His hand begins glowing a aura of light, and then it kind of funnels into Regis's face. Regis, you are infused with positive energy, and he is going to end one effect on you, upon which he is going to remove the fungus's curse, at which point you feel the cloud that was kind of just stopping some of your thoughts, you just kind of feel it fade. As he finishes chanting, he's going to exhale. The scroll crumbles and fades to dust, at which point he'll grab the glowing rock and tilt your head back. I'll say, that seems to have done it. Let's hope there's nothing else.
Regis, you feeling good?
That fucking bitch!
Say, fuck this stupid city and its administration, just to make sure you're okay.
This fucking city sucks. And those fucking soldier can't getting rid of the red lights.
Okay, okay. That's good. Your brain is fine now.
Doctor, I do have one more thing to say with you.
The dwarf is going to look at you.
I was wondering if you had... so we are competitors of battle, and we go fighting a lot. I was wondering if you had something in your arsenal that can rejuvenate us on the field.
He's going to look up to the ceiling of this room. There's about a dozen of those stones hanging from strings. He's going to say, be a good lad. He points at the Warforge, or at Seas, and says, grab that one right there.
Sure. Pulls it down.
Alright, the string snaps. On the stone is carved the words, good stamina.
Get the stars.
No, he hands it over.
5 silver.
I was thinking more of a liquid substance.
Oh, a potion.
Yeah.
Is he an alchemist? Does he have any of those to part with? He's gonna say, I can part with 1 or 2 from my supply. But it's not anything fancier than what you have. He'll sell you 2 healing potions for 100 gold.
Yeah, I'd give him 100 gold.
Alright. Well, you know what? You guys just made this guy, 300 gold today? He's happy. Alright. At which point, he's gonna say, alright, if you need anything else, spread the word about Jiachrofros. We got undercloths. And we got, what, does he have his slogan? No. He's gonna say, we got undercloths and we've got good care here.
What level of potion was that, by the way?
It is a common healing potion.
Okay.
Jordan, I cut you off. You were trying to say something?
No. I
okay.
was probably talking to Landon right next to me.
Okay. All right. At that, he is going to say, "All right, I need to go and see if this lady's woken up yet. Any other business you guys need attending to?" He rolls up his sleeves as he gets ready.
Is there some sort of library in this town?
Ooh, library. Let's see. Library? No, there's book merchants to the north, and maybe the East Pillar has some. Might have some records that are public information.
Okay, thank you. That's all for me. But these guys.
I have no meat to heal, so my
Oh.
business here is done.
Thanks, Doc.
Thank you for your time.
I think we should gather up with the rest of the party.
All right. You guys. Well, I had C's, Timbuktu, XV, Brubark, Zeeth, Maliz, and Regas all together. So the party is all together.
Oh, they all did.
Yeah, so
I
just
thought that we had people signing us up in the arena.
Teeden was.
Yeah, Teeden handled that on her own.
Okay.
That's
We were just kind of standing there outside listening to what was going on. At least I was, kind of half laughing about it.
At which point, as the party is heading out, the doctor is going to say, "Aye, Druid." As Brubark starts leaving.
I turn and say, "My name is Rhubarb. How can I best help you?"
Hang back a moment, will ya?
I do.
I keep eye on Blue Bark.
X.
C's weights too.
Same.
Okay, guys.
Actually, he's gonna go look for Teeden by herself.
Okay. XV goes off. Timbuktu, C's, and Brubark wait, and I'm going to put Mali's Z and Regas outside. At that, he's going to stay in the room for a few more moments with this other patient before he steps out and sees that C's and Timbuktu are still there, and he's going to say, "I just needed to talk to your companion for a moment."
Yeah, that's fine. We're here. We'll just wait.
He's going to gesture to a small office in the back. Does Brubark head into it?
I'm sorry, please repeat that.
He gestures to his small office in the back of this place. So the way the rooms are set up, there's this lobby that you guys are in. Immediately right past the lobby, there's a hallway that goes straight. There's a room on one side and a room on another side. And in the back, there is one more room. That is the room he's been going in and grabbing, those like little supplies and stuff. It is functioning as his office. He gestures for Brubark to step into it.
I'll follow.
Okay. At which point, Brubark, you'll probably have to bend down just a little bit, walking in the door. It's built for medium-sized creatures, but he's a dwarf, so you can buy a smaller place, and it's still comfortable for him. Whereas it's kind of like a little cramped. But for the most part, you guys walk in here, step into his office. A lot of the space is taken up by storage, and where you'd expect, a chair or something for you, instead, there's a crate, and he's kind of got a desk that's just overladen with different things and components and stuff.
I think Rhubark will just kneel instead.
Okay.
Just like one leg kneel.
And he's going to say, I just got a couple questions for you. Do you know about those other druids up in Seagrow?
I don't know, and I mean that most genuinely. My memory has had some issues. What are you referencing?
He's going to say, your friend there, afflicted with a little bit of necromantic fungus. Makes me think of some of the few people able to do that to people around this port. I don't know much about Lord Hauser and his circle, but reformed for 1 second, I don't buy it. Anyways, I assume that's why you and your friends are here, looking to join. A lot of other druids have passed through already.
We're actually gladiators. We're here to compete and win glory. As far as those factions go, unless they know me, I don't have much interest in them.
He's going to nod at that and say, alright, just don't go get entangled with them. For a second I thought you were playing around with the magics of on life that they've been fiddling with.
How long have they been in town?
He's going to think for a moment and say, Lord Hausar, Hausar, blah, how do I say his name? Hosar. There we go. He's going to say, Lord Hosar. He's been here for as long as I've been practicing. I've only been in Jiachrofros for the past 4 years. But rumors circulate about him. They say he used to be on the other side of the war.
And about how long ago was the enforcement on crimes that haven't happened? How long ago did that start?
How long ago has what started?
The enforcement on crimes that haven't happened.
Let me check. I'm pretty sure I told you guys last time that this had been going on for about 2 years. Okay, if anybody has it in their notes, let me know. But for now, I'm going to say 2 years.
I have it in my notes for 2 years.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I'm not contradicting myself. At which point he's gonna say, "All right, run along now. Got to clean up this place and get ready for anybody else coming."
Brandon, I'm not sure if you're looking at chat.
Before I go,
Okay.
I would like to know, do you know the name of the faction of Druids?
Is going to roll. He's going to say, nah, I don't know what they call themselves. I know for a little while people were calling him the Circle of Spores, though.
You said Circle of Spores?
Yes.
Like S-P-O-R-E-S?
Yes, spores.
Alright, I thank you for looking out for me. And don't be a stranger. If there's anything we can do to help, let me know.
He's gonna nod. I did see that. I did see that, Blizz, for Tumbutu. Nobody in this room is going to, notice him. I'm assuming he's just pressing his ear to the door.
Yeah.
At which point, you hear footsteps coming to the door. Tumbutu can, use his 45 feet of movement to run to the other side.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
At which point, he's, you guys see Brewbark and the dwarf step out of the room. Jack and Nora goes into the room that Regus was in, and you're going to hear him start cleaning and wiping down things.
C says, Tumbutu, did you feel a breeze in here?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I think that's just you. I mean, you are a big, sturdy being.
Must be a high altitude situation. Okay.
So I guess we should head out now. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like we're done here. Let's go see if how Taden's doing with getting us a slot.
Sounds good.
All right. So the party is going to leave and go and find Taden. XV already left to find Taden. Asking about for the local arena, you guys are going to find yourselves in the dragon pit arena of the Feyfelin Circle. This place is between a different array of establishments and like guild houses here on the north part of town, and where you would expect, like a town square, centered around perhaps, like a huge fountain or statue or something. There is a depression in the earth and kind of different rows of seats, bleachers, I guess, going down into this and circling this arena. It is a gladiatorial pit in its finest, with a couple podiums on either side for speakers to, address the audience. This open theater at this point is going to be empty, but heading right past this place, you guys see the Feyfelin guild house that organizes and runs this. XV is going to be the first to arrive, and XV.
Yes.
You are going to you're going to step in to watch, or rather, you're going to step in and you're going to see there are a array of people in here. I'll roll 2d12 because that will be the fairest way to do this. Oh my gosh, there's an upwards of 21 people. There's 21 people in here, all in this main chamber of this room. On the second floor of the stairwell leads up, and there is a balcony leading to, like the second floor. There's a woman standing up there. She is adorned in jewels and has elvish features, of which you recognize her as a Dorai. She is addressing everybody in here. It's a little bit rowdy, and she's going to say, "Look, I assure you, good patrons, we will make sure everybody is refunded all of the deposits that they have made. As of right now, we cannot be certain that we'll be able to put on a performance this coming second day. If things are smoothed over with the with those of the East Pillar, we will ensure that the pit runs as smoothly as possible. But until then, I assure you, just be calm and we will work this out. We have patrons in Seagro that are offering to fund our arena activities, and if that is the case, it will take us some time to set up our operations there." People are gonna start booing and, "Come on, you can't! It's the Dragon Pit. It's iconic. You can't move it." XV, what do you want to do? You don't immediately see Tayden in this crowd as you're probably like shouldering through people.
The person stepped down off the podium?
No, she's not at a podium. She's up a staircase, looking. She's on a balcony.
Okay. I didn't know if she, after her speech, she like walked away.
No, she's still up there.
Okay.
She'll probably be just taking like some complaints and questions from the crowd. Just like, yes, this, and you can, if you fill out this, then you can, and we'll get you this refund. Yeah, I'll take this reserve, but I cannot guarantee, etc., etc.
Okay. I want, I guess, a perception check to see if I can find Tayden in this crowd.
Okay. Roll me a perception check. At a 12, you're not seeing her.
Well,
yeah.
On 11, I'm not seeing her.
XV, you go bumbling through this crowd. You are going to find somebody with... Oh, I don't have portraits for these people yet, but I will have them in the future. You're going to find somebody with long black hair. And pull them aside, assuming it's Tayden. As you turn them around, you are going to see they are completely pale of skin. And while they do look like an elf, just not any that you are familiar with. Kind of looks like an echo of an elf. The woman looks at you, and she's going to say, "I suppose I'm not who you're looking for, but ever the disappointment of the Fey Felon Circle seems to deliver. I'm the current champion, Teneri."
XP extends her hands and nods.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my telepathy to talk to her and say, Elizabeth XV. If you want me to roll my D6 to see how long my telepathy lasts for, I can.
At that, she's going to nod and say, "I haven't seen you around this arena. Are you sponsoring or are you competing?"
Competing? Maybe.
The Fey Felon Circle's giving in to pressure. First, those hooligans and Seagro kidnap dignitaries and kidnap dignitaries straight out of the stands and cause Nazram to crack down on the Dragon Pit. Now they're going to move the entire arena. Disgraceful.
Wait, who was kidnapped from the... Exie goes, wait, what was this about kidnapping?
She's going to tilt her head and say, "Oh, you didn't hear?"
XP shakes her head.
dignitaries, merchant lords coming to enjoy the spectacle, taken right out of the stands. Most believed them to be Nazarim officials, but they were executed long before they got into any stand or any jail cell. Who's ever pulling the strings of all this doesn't seem to have it in very nice for the Ruby Shadow either. In any case, let's hope our paths cross. Well, that means we'll be fighting.
Before you go, who can I talk to find out more information about the situation of trying to move the pit?
I'm
assuming there's two factions I can talk to. The one who wants to move the pit and the one who doesn't want to move the pit. Who are the heads of those two factions?
How much does she know? She's going to say Dranevo was a dealer here. He had the most to gain by the pit stain under the watchful eye of Nazarim. Suddenly, though, he's turned key. He sings a different song these days. I suppose in either case you might start with him. Wherever it lands, though, you shall find me and my blades. She gestures to two of her companions.
XP nods at both of them and then says, thank you for your input. Hopefully we will see each other soon.
Alright, she is going to shuffle out of here as people are still asking a couple questions. As you wait for people to kind of, each either leave with disappointment or some terse satisfaction, eventually the rest of the party is going to wander in here, filling in the gaps that have opened up. Party, you guys are all united. I can re-describe the scene if you'd like me to. Otherwise, for the most part, you are in a guild house in the common area, amongst at least well over a dozen and a half other people, and people are talking up to some sort of administrator on the second floor of this building, and she is talking down at them. If you were to kind of almost imagine like a White House press conference, one person, they all start shouting, one person asks a question, they go quiet, she answers, and then she points at someone else, and it's kind of an ebb and flow.
Melise would look for Teeden and XP.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to Melise a little bit easier because he kind of towers over this crowd and is able to look down on people. I'll give it a help action. Yeah, without very much effort, Melise is able to see Tayden at the front of this crowd listening, and a little bit, off to the far side, you'll see XV. They are both in here.
I would go grab XV and then walk towards Teeden.
Alright. At that, there is some discussion happening around you. Teeden is going to look back and say, oh, hey, I've paid money for a reserve, but even so, the fight, or rather the event tomorrow might not even happen.
What's going on?
And she is going to shrug and say, I'm not really certain. It appears that the arena isn't safe to completely operate inside of the city. Nazarim's cracked down on them pretty heavy, saying they can't ensure the safety of the people who attend.
No, you can't play that, Landon.
Well, that sounds about how our luck has been so far in this place.
She's going to nod, and so I talked to some people. They said Nazarim officers last week removed some dignitaries from the stands. Nobody's heard from them since.
Probably dead.
How much money did you lose?
You're asking Tayden?
Yes.
Tayden said I paid half of the entrance fee. 1,000 gold as a reserve. Or wait, no, 500 gold as a reserve. 500.
XV
No,
going
1,000.
to...
It was 2,000 to compete. Sorry.
When is it, Brandon?
I believe I've been doing okay, 500 gold. She paid 500 gold because it's been 1,000 gold to compete for the sponsorship. Yeah.
Okay.
500 gold.
Cool.
Let me make sure my notes are better kept for the future. So, 500 gold reserved, paid. So I remember that.
And if the competition doesn't happen, you get that reserve money back.
She's going to nod and say, yes, there's a process I can go to get it returned. In any case, you shouldn't worry about that.
Let's figure out what we can do to maybe make sure this competition happens tomorrow.
She'll look to Regis and say, and what's the matter with that fungus all taken care of?
It looks cleared up.
Apparently it was necromancy.
Tayden's going to put her hand over her mouth and say, such a foul practice.
I want to get the fuck off this rock as soon as we can.
Same.
Okay. C's XV wants to relay everything they learn via telepathy. Does Jordan, does it require C's to allow it? Okay, handling a 6-year-old. Okay. Yeah, at which point I'll assume that XV probably just starts tugging on C's shoulder, and then they have that mental conversation. C's. According to XV, she spoke to the arena champion. The arena champion is convinced there's a plot going on here, and that the people who kidnapped the dignitaries out of the arena were not Nazarim soldiers, and says that they were executed before they even saw a prison cell. That said, the main cause of this seems to be all the more reason to move the arena to Seagro.
That's a plot. And yeah, I don't know if this is we should really let them move to Seagrove, or we should really, find these dignitaries and bring them back or something like that. But and I wouldn't be surprised if they were dressed as Nazarim soldiers, but they weren't. But then they died conveniently before they could be questioned. They're probably gone. Not dead, but off the island. Caesar will relay the rest of what XV said with his commentary.
So...
Okay, I am back.
Okay, I did read your messages, and we are handling that right now.
XV also wanted to point out that she believes talking to Jernevo may shed some more light on this mystery as to why the arena is not working.
Well, if we are able to get our deposit back, we could just head somewhere that's a little more stable and come back here later.
I don't know. Theoretically a possibility, but how long it's going to take them to get the other arena put together is probably a very long-term kind of plan. And I would really like to get the medallions for the full path.
Well, do we know that these have to be done in order, or they just have to be done at some point?
I don't know. But we're here, and there's a problem. And I'm sure the dignitaries would be very grateful for us pulling their butts out of the fire or whatever.
That is if they're still alive.
True.
And if they're not alive, we get caught interfering with the matter, then, that could just be trouble for us.
XV also wants to telepathically suggest that maybe the Nazarams faked the kidnapping just so they can crack down on this arena and get it closed.
Well, didn't they say that the Nazarim was benefiting from them being here?
Well, some of Nazaram benefits from the arena. Think about how much gold we just spent between last night and today.
So would the Nazarim really allow that to happen if they didn't have, if they could have, would they have actually allowed that to happen with the amount of money they're making off of it being here? So maybe this is a plot
being controlled by another party, maybe.
Well, it depends on who, because the arena brings in money for various and sundry merchants, but if someone just wants to be in control of things, like, I don't know, somebody sticking funguses in people's heads or predicting crimes or any of that business, then having gladiators coming through may be good for, gold flowing back and forth, but it's not necessarily good for them keeping control of everything.
XV agrees with this.
Rhubark nod.
Short version is, there's some shit going on around here and it definitely stinks.
And the sooner we get it done, the sooner we get our fight money.
Yep.
Timbu just scratches his head because he's absolutely lost at this point.
What does solving this problem have with getting the money back? We can get the money back out of the way.
Oh yeah, we can get the money and move on. But then we don't get more money to keep doing our, plying our trade, basically. And then we have to sail all the way back here to get the last medallion. That sounds.
I want to have it on my. I want to have it on my cape before we go to this place.
And honestly, I'm tired of the fuckery.
Me too, but it's not ours. It's not our fuckery to get all of them caught up in. We're not like authority figures or anything. We're gladiators.
Well,
You're right, we're better.
No, we're subject to the law, unlike a lot of these other people.
Tayden is going to whisper and say, sometimes, though, the law's not right.
XV nods to this.
Yep.
And at that point, they're subject to our law.
Wow. As a soldier, I get to. Some armies will say that you should refuse an illegal order, and they have rules for what constitutes illegal. And some of them even have a pretty good. So, this thing is right. This thing is wrong. someone tells you to do the wrong thing, you don't do it. You deal with it. Up the chain, whatever, something like that. I don't know if there's any up the chain to be had around here, but we have proven in the past to be able to fix things from time to time.
Tayden is going to nod and say, I think we have 3 directions in front of us. Somebody in Seagro with quite a lot of influence and pull wants the arena stationed in their town. This mage who claims to see the future is obviously manipulating events for someone's gain, or this Dranevo who has suddenly started singing a different story, as you say, perhaps might be afflicted by whatever happened to Regus. I suppose we start with one of those strings.
Well, if we go to this fellow who's just swapped around what his thinking and his thoughts, is there a way that we could cure him?
We can take him back to our good friend that we just met who made a bunch of money off of us.
Yes, but is there a cheaper way?
I think there might be a way we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. There is a faction of druids that are causing a little bit of trouble that sound a lot like they might be involved in fungi, and I can't say for certain, but it seems to be kind of related to the whole power struggle. This group of druids was called for some time the Spores.
The Circle of Spores.
Yeah, yes, that's what I said.
Oh, okay. You cut out, sorry. Alright. So, with Rhubart's
Now we have 4
information, what do you guys want to do? There's Dranevo is an option, Seagro is an option, or the mage is an option.
Actually, votes Jernavo.
All right. I can actually just put your cards as your preferences. So Dranevo is option 1 and is leading. The mage for Timbuktu, okay. The truth for Z's. Oh no, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself yet. That is true. Alright. C's, Brubart, Regus, Maliz, and Z. To get the arena functioning, one of these things needs to be handled. Okay. Brubart votes for the druids. So that's C's, Regus, Maliz, and Z left. Track down the dignitaries. This is the cool part of D&D. Option 4. I'll put C's up in a category of its own.
C's looks at the others and you're not getting answers out of that mage or the druids unless we beat them down and get answers out of them that way. Because it sounds like they're all in on it to varying degrees. If you want to talk about this is something that's going to get us some problems, then that's probably it right there.
Okay.
What was the Jernavo or whatever?
Jernavo is the sponsor of was originally one of the big sponsors of the arena, and then all of a sudden he starts saying, no, we should move the arena somewhere else. So it sounds like he's possessed. So if we can get him cured, we could probably find a reason to go confront the mage or the druids, or both.
Okay, I'll call that my plan B then.
Okay. So I'll put you with XV. Currently, Drenevo has the most votes. Regis, Meliz, and Z. There's no way to tie
I said
this up.
Drenevo.
Okay, so Meliz votes for Drenevo. Alright, Regis and Z. There is a way to tie this up now. But we can eliminate one option, whichever one gets the fewest votes, and then move forward.
Regis is going with XP's vote, it looks like.
Okay. Oh, let me pull up the Gladiators chat. Follows Caesar's vote. Okay. Alright. That is going to decide it for you guys. For the most part, everybody's feeling like tracking down this Drenevo fella. At which point, I believe I let one comment slip. Earlier. Finding this person, I did, well, you know what? I guess the easiest way to do it would be like asking the people around here, like what they know about Drenevo. I will allow that as an insight check, unless anybody can remember what I said earlier, then you guys would know how to find them.
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
I'll make the insight check.
Okay, our investigation check, investigation.
Oh, I'm not that good in that one.
Okay, yeah, so you guys spread out around this room, you know, as the conversations are dying down, asking people about. Nobody wants to talk to about Drenevo. Not a single person in this room. XV, finally somebody says, you know, like, if looking for Drenevo, you might as well just be asking for a dagger in your back. And then they're going to say, if you head outside the city walls, maybe one of his assassins will find you. XV, you're able to conclude Drenevo deals with the Ruby Shadow.
God.
And is likely in Clayside.
They have the fingers and everything.
They like making money.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I will tell the rest of the group that maybe we should check outside the cities, according to a tip I just got from somebody.
Was the source of the tip reliable?
Do you have any other sources?
Fair enough.
Also, it's not like any of us know people around here to determine whether or not someone is reliable.
I am, however, going to expressly omit the assassin part from the rest of the group.
Also, outside the city walls is it doesn't really get much broader than that. You're going to need to narrow it down a bit.
They say someone will come to us. Clayside.
Yeah.
Reference to someone will come to us.
Okay.
Also, BRB real quick.
Okay. Alright, is the party cool with that?
Yeah.
Alright. Heading out, following Wetchard's Road and heading outside to Clayside. Stepping out of the city, you guys are going to be in a completely different environment. You know, there aren't Nazarium guards or officials patrolling every corner here. There is a customs office on just north of the gate, and that's probably about the most military enforcement you see. To the south, you'll see Clayside, which is a collections of buildings going down the side of a quarry that is being mined out. The sounds of workers and picks ringing against rock kind of just echo up to you guys. Heading past these different buildings and descending into the quarry, you are going to actually see actually probably like just looking down and drinking a couple cups of juice, like sitting at a table on like one of these walkways and just looking down, the rest of the quarry and talking with a few individuals. You guys are going to see a plump halfling. He is smiling and laughing. At which point, one of the people at his table is going to say, Navo, that is $2,000. That is just $2,000. At which point he's going to say, well, in my ventures, if it's not grand, it's not worth pursuing. And he's going to look up at the party coming and at the party approaching, and then he'll say, stepping into Glayside without sending a messenger. Bold individuals. People often slip down these rock sides.
Those
we are
people
nimble
also,
ones.
those people also don't have the size we do.
Those people also don't jump head first. And say,
He's going to smile and rub his mustache and say, well, who are you lot? I can't say that I've seen you around town.
Gladiatorial aspirants. Peyton Blood's the name.
He nods and is going to say, a guild of gladiators. How wonderful. I suppose you're excited for the arena being moved to Seagrove?
Not even a little bit.
Well, the opportunities Lord Hozar would provide would be quite wonderful. Although I cannot say ill things of the administration here inside of Jiachrofros. I've grown quite fond of the order that they provide.
Wouldn't say them or can't
You
say them?
that.
He tilts his head and says, I don't understand. It's a figure of speech.
It is, and sometimes also a fact. I'm curious as to which one it is.
He's going to say, I'm fond of Sergeant Idera. Her and I we may not be kin of the same mother, but we're kin of the same type.
With me being just as short as him, I want, like, just through normal conversation without looking too creepy, I want to look up his nose, see if he has the fungal stuff that Regis had.
Let me pull out a book. I'm gonna need you to roll me a check. The exact check that I need you to roll is investigation. Looking up his nose, looking him over, you don't innately notice anything different about him, or like the fungus.
Brandon, did we ever get the name of that mage?
not originally. He did just say it, though. Sergeant Idera.
Okay.
That sounds familiar for some reason.
She is not there.
Out of
I am
character.
showing the picture of her. He did tell you she is a halfling, too. He said they're the same type. Or they're the same type of kin, but not kin of the same mother.
Okay, and then Lord Hozar is the lord in charge of the other city that the arena is going to be moved to.
Yes.
What makes this is Melise would ask? What makes this other town much safer or better than where it's at right now?
He is going to think for a moment, and then he'll say, well, I suppose that the order that Nazram offers is nice, but it can be restrictive to some of the types that enjoy the arena, that wish to participate in such affairs. Why, you need several different permits just to brandish a weapon in practice inside of Jiachrofros. But Lord Hozar would be much more open with meeting the needs of the Feyfelin Circle. And of course, after that scuffle with those Ililnagians being pulled from the stands, I suppose it would be better for the arena's image.
So it sounds to me like someone wants to cheat the arena, is what you're saying.
Actually, going to telepathically talk to C's and tell him to ask what made him all of a sudden change his mind about supporting the arena to staying where it is.
Okay. C's will go ahead and ask about that. So, I heard you were against moving the arena, and then suddenly in favor of it. What changed your mind?
He's going to say, sometimes good ideas are like a seed. They take time to take root, and then once they do, they grow into something beautiful. I was just being stubborn at first.
That's what made him open his eyes.
So, what was the seed? Or spore, or whatever little growing thingy?
He is going to think for a moment and say, well, I went to Seagro myself, and I had a meeting with Lord Hauser. He and I had a conversation. Normally my conversations aren't as fruitful, and after we came to an understanding, I saw things from a more financial standpoint.
So money.
It's gonna nod and say, it is sea coin that makes the inner sea work.
Ask him if something felt off about Hauser during his last visit versus his normal visits.
Is there anything different about Lord Hauser? He seemed the same to you? Motivated in the usual ways?
He's going to say, Hauser and I are, once again, not kin, but souls destined to interact with one another. He comes from a darker background, that of which he has atoned for and reformed. Osram keeps an eye on him and his keep, but for the past couple years, he has been an upstanding member of this community, or of this island's community. That said, some people have accused me of quite nefarious things, but I assure you I've had no hands. I've had no hand in the matter.
Sure.
What do you think about about them arresting people before, they've actually committed a crime? Doesn't that seem to overreach a little bit?
It's going to nod and say, Adara, her powers are quite exceptional. There's always evidence to back up such claims. At first, I was skeptical, but after the system was implemented and it's helped so many become so safe, it's quite wonderful.
What evidence can be planted?
One of the people at the table is going to say, it is quite exceptional how she is able to pinpoint some of the most adept criminals in the region.
Indeed. And it's convenient that she always finds the evidence needed to convict them of the crime she predicts, isn't it?
He's going to nod and say, I don't really understand it, but divination is quite a wonderful thing.
I fought a diviner. Sometimes they were right, sometimes they were wrong, and still got hit.
Well,
Brandon,
Yes.
what happens if you attempt to charm a person who's already charmed?
I don't think there's anything saying you can't be charmed by multiple people.
I feel like that question's come up at some point, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I can't remember what was decided.
Yeah, off the top of my head, there's nothing that says you can't charm multiple people. Like, you can stun a stun person.
Yeah, okay.
You can poison a poisoned creature. You can frighten an afraid person. You can grapple a grappled person. You can't prone a prone person. That one's just logic.
Yeah. I'm reading it right now. If multiple effects impose the same condition on a creature, each instance has its own duration, but the condition's effects don't get worse.
Yeah.
Okay. Darn.
Alright, does anybody want to do anything else?
Yes. I want to telepathically... Is Teeden with us?
She is.
I want to telepathically talk to Teeden and say, do you know, what was that spell we used? Lesser Restoration?
I think it was Greater Restoration.
Greater Restoration.
Was it Greater Restoration?
It
Yes.
was, but I will look at her spell list.
She's clever.
And she
Regular
is
Restoration.
going to say, I do know that magic, but I was an instructor at the song. I wasn't one of the higher healers.
Can you ask for permission to try something out on Dranova, just to check and see if maybe he may be possessed?
Well, she'll nod and say, Your Grace, would it be okay for me to perhaps try a little bit of my goddess's magic upon you to help clear your mind? He's going to laugh and say, I'm thinking just fine. At which point one of the people at the table is going to say, you can try your magic on me. Tayden is going to roll her eyes and she'll start casting a spell. A fog begins to cloud around her hands as she walks up to the table to touch the person. Tayden is going to quickly turn and try and grab Drenevo, at which point he is going to jump out of the way of her hand. And she's definitely gonna miss that check. And I guess that is going to be
initiative.
What if a halfling tackles him?
At that, Drenevo
is it really a threatening thing when you're trying to heal him?
Yeah, Drenevo's going to say, "You'd come into my my business and attack me." Tayden's
Attack is the wrong word here.
Put up her hands and say, "Hold him down."
XV's going to cast her tentacles and try and grapple him.
Okay.
So, grab him by the legs.
The people next to him, I'll allow you guys to roll a grapple check against him, and then we'll pick up here with initiative next round. C's, give me a grapple check.
It's athletics, right?
Yes, it's a contested athletics check against his acrobatics.
Hey guys, I have hold person. I'll just hold person him.
You can do that too.
Get down with your bad self and do it.
Alright.
It doesn't stop everybody else from happening.
You grab him.
Okay, grab him, pick him up off the ground.
1 second. What is your intelligence modifier?
Who are you asking?
I am asking you. Alright.
0.
Well, it's not gonna matter. Unfortunately. C's. This person in front of you, as you grab him, you become very acutely aware as you are touching different pieces of him that what you feel and what you see do not add up. He is affected by illusion magic. You can't tell what the illusion is. However, your hand sinks into his sleeve, like through it and onto and around more dried flesh. That said,
this
you
would
do
be
not
the,
need, you do not need to
reaction.
check for the magic. You are aware that he is affected by it.
Ah, this is an illusion. He's a fake.
We are going to pick up there next session, though.
Darn it! This is going to be so good.
Bum, bum, bum.
Well, I mean, we have 15 minutes left of like this session time, and I don't want to do combat in 15 minutes. Like,
that'd be bad.
That's like super flying through it, and you know, I already do math slow. All right, I'm gonna give everybody a milestone for tonight. I feel like that's just the easiest thing to do. You guys are one step closer. I would have ideally liked us to just get a tiny bit further tonight, and but we're good. We're good. We move at our own pace. So, yeah.
Did our milestones reset when we leveled up?
Yes, we did.
Okay, so we're up to 1 milestone now.
Yeah, and I feel like everything that happened tonight was, you know, fairly forward with that. Also, Eric, I want to clarify because you used your loot points on this. The information you got from your regional rumor, they said that Lord Hozar was on the other side of the war. The only war that has been fought here is with the Archblight over access, you know, to the Inner Sea. Presuming that Lord Hozar is some form of powerful necromancer. Or you know, powerful necromantic abilities. Many say, though, he is reformed and has atoned for his time with...
Ha ha ha.
Lies and slander.
With that, let's schedule your guys' next session. The next session is going to be on the 4th of October. And, yeah, we are going into spooky land. Things are not as they ever seem in Jiachrofros. So...
I mean, the timing is perfect.
Yeah, exactly. I was prepping this session. I was just like, this is so great. I get to run a spooky session next time with in the spooky month. So I'll end the broadcast there. Everybody who is watching, thank you